Hi, welcome back to I Do That Too, and I'm Alexa, and we're with Carly and Paige, and we're going to be reviewing Below Deck Mediterranean. And for all you guys who don't know what that show is, it is on Bravo on Monday nights at 9, I believe. We watched it later because...
Is that Eastern Standard?
Yes,
it is! Oh my god!
Yes.
I love that you knew that. That was a wild guess.
So, basically, the show is about all these people on a yacht, and they have to work and like serve these rich people who can afford a yacht in my wildest dreams, but like okay. Anyways, that's why the show is so intriguing. But I feel like out of all the Bravo shows, like this is like
it's cool to watch. It's different. I feel like it's because they're at work, so they I don't know, it's a lot more, I don't want to say filtered, but it's a lot more serious. It's not like Housewives where it's just like them rich women like living and going to parties. It's like these people's real lives.
Something that they're like doing without even like having a camera.
Yeah, and because the charter guests are so rich, it's very rare that they're like nice, and it's very rare that they're normal. They're usually very picky because they're paying so much, which also causes a lot of drama, I feel.
It's fun to watch.
It's definitely entertaining.
It's the 4th season. We did the Mediterranean one. They also have a regular Below Deck, which is just like I think
it's a different
in the US,
cruise line. This season they're in the south of France.
I think so.
The south of France. And it's interesting too because all of the crew members live in such close quarters. Like when they fight, the drama is just a lot different than if they didn't live.
Plus
so
they
close.
work together on top of that.
Yeah. So this season we have some older cast members, not in age, older as in like they've been on past seasons, and we have mostly new people.
Yeah.
So it's Captain Sandy opposed to Captain Lee.
Which is, Captain Lee is Below Deck. Captain Sandy is Below Deck
Mediterranean.
So that's how you can notice the difference.
Yeah, so there's 2 different shows that you can watch, but this one is on now.
Yes, Mediterranean is on right now. So we have Captain Sandy, and then we have Hannah, which is the chief stew. She's been on most of the Mediterranean seasons, if not all of them. Yeah.
Something like that.
We have Joao. Is that how you say his name?
Joao? Yeah.
And he's been on past seasons as well.
I think this is his second.
Yeah. And Colin has been on past seasons. But Mila is the new chef. This is her first season, and she's also the first girl chef. Woman chef. And we do have a lot to say about her, as I'm sure anyone who has seen this first episode has to say, but we'll get to that. We have Aisha and Anastasia. I don't know if it's Anastasia or Anastasia.
I think she said it was Anastasia.
So Anastasia.
Yeah, they're the 2 stewardesses under Hannah.
And they both like seem to be kind of like similar, as in like they're both young girls who like seem pretty cool. And then the new deckhands are Jack and Travis.
Is a Harry Styles lookalike, so instantly we like him.
But then again, his accent and his personality, I don't know.
We also can't understand his accent unless there's a subtitle, because I don't even know where he's from.
Yeah, there's subtitles.
Liverpool.
Is that where he's from?
Yeah,
my grandma's from Liverpool, and her accent like drives me fucking up the wall. Nanny, have you guys ever met Nanny?
No, I never met her, but you always talk
and
about
she's got bad manners. Like I feel like my grandma, I didn't know they were from the same place, but can you imagine that being a grandma? Him, and he's cute and like a guy, and she's like an older woman and with that accent.
I would just look at him and be very confused.
I would not respond.
Like my face me at my grandma. Just always very confused.
But like before we actually like really get into this episode, and we just want to say that this is like all our opinion. Yeah. We just talk out of our asses a lot. We just like to talk, and we talk about everything and nothing at the same time. So just bear with us, and hopefully this will be your guilty pleasure go-to in the future. You never know if you're going to like this show. It's just a try.
Understand what we're saying.
So that's our disclaimer, and hopefully in future podcasts we won't have to like continuously explain it. It's our opinion, but since this is the first one, we definitely want to say like anything we say, like we don't mean
we're not talking
I don't think we'll be saying anything offensive, but we certainly don't mean to.
We're just talking about it. We're not trying to shit on anyone, but like if it happens, stars.
It happens.
And we stan our reality stars. We really do. We're all here for you guys. You are our pure entertainment. This is what we live for.
We couldn't do it without them. And if we don't like them in this episode, doesn't mean that later on in the season we won't love them.
It's just the first episode. This is our first impression.
Our first impression. So to start off with the people. So first, since it was the first episode, we were introduced to all the new, I almost said characters, all the new people. All the new people and all the older people. So for this episode, we do have, our first impressions, our first opinions. So to start with Hannah, obviously, she has been on past episodes. So we already kind of have formed opinions on her. I personally see her as like a non-empathetic sociopath, but I still highly appreciate everything that she is, and I understand.
I feel like without her, like, personality, the show, like everything would kind of be a mess because like
I don't know, I feel like she has been doing this for so long. Like, she obviously knows what she's talking about and she like knows what's going on, but it's also just like her way of like interacting with people is just so not like soft and warm. Like, she's just not like a warm person.
She's very cutthroat. Yeah, and like not. She's very personable with the guests, but I feel like she doesn't want to make friends. Like, she's not here for friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's here.
Granted, like, it's her job. Like, she's not there for friends.
I mean, she's here for the relationships.
She's here for the season.
She's here for
the.
It looked like in the coming attraction for the rest. It looked like she is hooking up.
Well, she was, so last season she got with this guy and they got like pretty serious, and it like really fucked up her season, and she got in trouble so much because she just like couldn't get her shit together because she was just like obsessing over a guy too much, I guess. So this season she's coming in saying that she's just like really focusing on work and getting her shit together, but I don't know that's gonna be 100% how it goes down.
I don't know if I believe it. And in the past, hasn't she like flirted with what's it called, the primary guests?
Oh yeah, thing.
There was times where she was like kissing primary guests. But
honestly, like if I worked for if I worked in this job and there was a hot rich man who came onto this yacht and was into me, even though I was serving him. Like,
you would be serving him.
Ooh. Serving.
Serving him more than his entrees.
than his
cocktails.
Than his tacos. Spoiler alert. We'll get into that later.
Okay, so next, a little bit of beef,
guacamole,
a little bit of El Paso shell.
El Paso de Tacos? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so next we had Joao.
I've always had such a hard time like saying his name.
I just
what did I think his name was at first? Joel, Joel,
that was
Joel. So Joao started a relationship in the last season. In the last season, was that with a guest?
No, it was Brooke. She was a stewardess.
Brooke, and they started dating, and then we found out in this episode that they actually ended up having a real relationship after the season ended, and she cheated on him.
Okay, but side note, when they had the reunion last year, I'm pretty sure there was like something about him cheating on her. Was some kind of story with that. So like,
with
I don't
Casey?
know if they both had like cheated on each other. I'm sure there's shit we don't know, like obviously, but like I don't know if he cheated on her and then she cheated on him, and it was just like a shit show of like stuff. But he said that he wanted to work things out. She didn't, and basically it's where it ended.
Yeah, and he had been like, hooking up with people or whatever. Yeah. But this time he was telling all of his deckhands that he didn't want any canoodling, any kind of anything. Like, he didn't want anyone hooking up with each other on the boat,
that's
essentially.
Bullshit. Like, that is not going to happen. They all hook up with each other. You're literally...
He's going to hook up, I'm sure.
For sure. Like, you're with people, the same people, every day for, like, how long? I don't even know.
All day.
Yeah, all day, every day.
Sleep with each other.
They're the only people they have with each other. So, obviously, they're going to hook up. Like, you're not just going to sit there and be like, I don't want to talk to any single one of you. Like...
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's just like really thrown off by the breakup and like now is like totally against hooking up on the boat, but I don't think that'll last long. But he
also was like hooking up with 2 girls last season, and like I'm sure that's gonna like fuck you up a little bit. So maybe try not to like, I don't know, hook up with both stewardesses this time.
Yeah.
No, exactly. So, that's what he got himself into last time, and like that's why everybody seemed to hate him. Like,
well, no, because and like he Hannah also started shit with Hannah,
and that's why you like see them in the beginning of this episode, and you're like, why are they friends? Because they ended like they ended hating really each badly.
Like there was like some incident where they were out to dinner, they started fighting, everyone was drunk, and he like threw a wine glass.
Didn't
and, like,
everyone leave because it was like so awkward and everyone was angry and they were like, this is so embarrassing, like that you guys are acting like this and we're out for dinner, like blah 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 blah. That was bad.
There was a lot of drama with that last season. So seeing them as like friends, we were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then next is Jack, which as we said was kind of like a Harry Styles reminiscent person.
He had a British accent that we couldn't understand and curly hair, and that's Liverpool. Pretty much all you need.
Yeah. So, and green eyes. Does he have green eyes?
I don't know.
There was some type of color
that wasn't brown.
That wasn't poop brown.
Yeah, so we didn't really understand him. He also is coming off to be like maybe like a hoe a little bit. Like he's coming off a little bit like sexual to me.
That. I mean, I didn't pick it up like that, but I just kind of picked it up as he is just, like, single and, like, young and, like,
yeah, but he literally said that he shaved one of his legs to feel like he was sleeping with a woman.
Yeah, that's
Did he really?
And then he said, I don't have to do that anymore. And then it showed clips of him, like, for the rest of the season, like, flirting with everyone and hooking up with, like, different people.
But honestly, like, I feel like if you're in, like, a tropical place or somewhere really nice, like, that stuff's gonna happen, like, and especially, like you were saying, like, you're on a boat with each other, like, you're all gonna be hooking up with each other.
Frat house. Like, it literally happen
anywhere. A frat house is a lot different than working on a yacht, I feel.
But you're saying, like, you hook up with people. Like, you're gonna hook up with someone anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the point, like, the point I'm making is that he's going onto this yacht assuming he will be hooking up with someone, opposed to, like, Joao, who, like, is going onto the yacht hoping he doesn't hook up with anybody. You know what I mean?
He also said that he was doing something with, like, Navy.
Who?
Or whatever. Jack.
Oh.
So then, I guess this is, like, new for him, being on, like, a yacht. Like, it's not his, like...
usual setting. Yeah.
Didn't they walk off the boat, Jack and another person we didn't talk about, Anastasia, and they were like, he's like, I got kicked off that boat, or, like, I got fired from that boat.
Oh yeah, and he said we just walked past the boat that I got fired from.
Mm-hmm. So like I feel like
I didn't catch that.
I feel like he might be skeptical like what he's gonna be about because like they literally ran off from the guest and like when they were supposed to be taking him around town.
We'll talk about that situation, but it did the coming attractions did entail that someone gets I don't know what to call it, but it entailed that somebody does get fired this season. So we're talking about all of this assuming that one of these people is going to get fired, and I don't know. There's a couple different people that I think it could be.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip our synopsis of Mila for now, and we're going to go
We're going to leave her for last.
We're going to go to Anastasia cuz that's like an easy one. She gets along well with Mila because they both speak Russian, and that doesn't make me hate her, but like I don't want them to be friends.
She's like her mom. She said her mom was a chef, so she works in the kitchen a lot. So they're gonna put them together.
And she also said that her boyfriend at the time had her work as a chef on a yacht as well. So although she is, what is she? A stewardess. Mm-hmm. She had been a chef on boats before. She also like does yoga and like while everyone else is drinking and smoking, and I don't know. She like seems very cool. Like we actually do really like her. And she seems to be the only person that has a partner. Like she has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Only 3 months, but like, she does have a boyfriend.
Things change quickly on this.
And then next, I'll go to Aisha since she's the other. Is that how you say her name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
I feel like they didn't really touch on. Like I don't remember her talking about much.
Yeah, the only thing we really knew about her was that she's Kiwi.
Like the fruit.
Like what's his name? Colum from 5 Seconds of Summer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of getting
Callum.
Callum.
Why it's a Callum? That's an ethnicity for anyone that's confused as fuck. Because I was also
from New Zealand. It's a place wherever. I don't know. And then what's it called?
We should Google things more.
Yeah,
that's a good.
Well, idea. I googled Kiwi people.
Oh, you did, but you looked up pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that helps.
I would never Google anything and not click images first.
True, you're right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of getting like sexual vibes from her as well, so I feel like her and Jack could possibly end up hooking up.
She said that she grew up with a very liberal family and all older, like 5 older brothers, and she was like, sex was openly talked about from when I was like 7 years old. So I think she's more of like a guy's girl type thing. Like she seems very chill.
Yeah, she does. I don't think like she's gonna be a problem starter. I just think like they all get super stressed and then they like take it out on each other, like, which I get because like they're serving, they're on their feet all day. Like
I'd be irritated.
It's like any work situation where you just get mad at everybody because they're not doing anything right. Like that's what it seems.
Yeah, and she also has like an accent that's a little bit hard to understand. Like she doesn't need subtitles like Jack does, but she is also like a little bit harder to.
These people are understand. All like British or like from New Zealand. Like they're not like super foreign. They're just like their accents are so
thick. Their accents are really thick.
Unless I need to clean my ears out, but like that ain't it, sis.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But like really, like their accents are so thick, and I feel like
they're super thick.
I've never had that problem of understanding anybody.
So thick. Your accent is like so thick.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on because
next is Colin, who he was in past seasons, and we love him.
He's adorable. We love him.
He's probably least problematic out of all of them.
Yeah, he's just kind of there to like look pretty and like support everyone and just.
I want him to find but
he liked Brooke
maybe I'm just
last
a sucker
season.
for love, but like I need him to fall in love with somebody because he's so nice.
He liked Brooke last season, but she ended up with Joelle. But she also kind of let him on a little bit, but like not that much. I don't really remember, but
like I feel like he really is there just to do like his job. Like he loves it, and then I mean like all of them are like they all enjoy it, but like I don't know, he's just so unproblematic.
And he spits out some raps.
Yeah. Is he the one that rapped to everyone when they were leaving in the last season?
I think so, yeah.
Aw, he's cute.
You just want to like squeeze him.
He's from Long Island. Did you know that? He said that in last season.
Oh, really? So
I think it was him.
Yeah.
We stand.
Yeah. And then Travis, we didn't really get much information off of him from this episode, but all I know is that
the only thing that happened was that he called Captain Sandy, and she was like, refer to me as Captain. He was like, oh, okay.
So like like he literally walked in, pissed her off, and that was it for the rest. And he said that that Hannah's sexy and is Rack City.
Rack City, that was it. Wait, what did he say? He said Rack something City. And then said Rack City. It was, oh my god.
But I feel like he just says what like he thinks, which I feel like is gonna
get him in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like also like I feel like in the previews for the next episode, like he's definitely like stands up for anybody. So like I feel like there's good sides and then there's gonna be like bad sides. Like I feel like he can start trouble, but I feel like it's not gonna do anything that's gonna be.
We don't know him enough. We really didn't get much from him.
Yeah. So let's get into the episode.
Wait, we didn't talk about Mila yet.
Oh shit.
So as soon as before I even saw this episode, when I'm not going to say coming attractions again.
You just did.
Preview?
The preview. That's the word.
Preview, promo.
For the promos
Possums.
for this season.
What the
fuck? But for the promos for this season, I already like didn't like her.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, like maybe later on in the season, like we'll end up liking her. But as soon as she walked in, like I was like, oh, like maybe she's not as bad as the promos made her look. And then, she like threw up within 4 seconds of being there, which is not her fault. Like she had food poisoning, which is so sad. She proved to us that she's like very strong.
You need our approval.
Yeah, because she clearly needs our approval.
Duh.
But she was very strong. Like she, was still working with a
I don't know how
stomach
she
virus.
Was throwing up and cooking or putting stuff away in between. I would have been in bed.
But yeah, I get it. You're sick, but like nachos.
Okay, we're not there yet.
All right, but like fucking nachos.
Keep that. All right, so we get to dinner, and apparently the guests want Mexican, or they like Mexican food. So she's like, perfect, I'll make tacos. Those tacos.
There's a lot of ways that you can make tacos fancy.
Yeah.
Right, like
a soft tortilla.
Just backtracking, like I said in the beginning, like these people are paying like so much money to be on this yacht.
Hundreds of thousands, including the tip.
And it's like you're thinking you're gonna get like a 5-course.
5-star.
Yeah, 5 course.
Well, yes,
but like 5 course, but like
with 5-star for 5 course.
Yeah,
a 5-star 5 course.
Of course.
What else would you? What else could you expect?
Right. So it's like I'm gonna get my money's worth, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Even though I have more of it in my back pocket.
Yes. So then like, these people definitely don't even buy El Paso taco shells at home. Like they probably don't even have that in their cabinet because they're so rich.
When ShopRite has a sale.
Yeah, that's the thing I get like on the off night where my mom worked all day and she was like, I got tacos, you know?
I got like, 2 free tacos.
I got tacos. Half off, and they, you know, whatever.
What's the good taco brand though?
I think it is El Paso.
El Paso is the high end taco shell,
but it's like the high end,
the blue box. But that was the yellow box. I feel like
she had the red box. No,
no.
I always get the red box. Maybe it is
blue. The blue box.
I get the blue box.
So I guess my mom gets the blue box
and the yellow ones.
So maybe
anyway.
Nothing against ShopRite.
So whatever. So you know, Doctor. Because it's Dr. Pimple Popper's name.
What's going on?
I meant to say Captain Sandra. No,
Sandra D.
What the fuck is her name?
Sandra D.
No, Captain Sandy, and I meant to say Dr. Sandra Lee, who's the Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Captain Lee.
Captain Sandy.
Captain Sandy.
Oh my god.
So she's seeing these tacos. I'm just gonna take it away because.
Wait, quote what she said.
So she said. Wait.
Said,
why is this in
seeing? She said, seeing the tacos is very disturbing for me because she walked in and she said, "That's for the crew, right?" And Mila said, "No, this is for the guests because they like Mexican. So I'm making them El Paso tacos, and I'm making them nachos that only have corn from a can, salsa from a can, and cheese from a little bag, and." I'm making them enchiladas
at home in my kitchen.
Yeah, like
without paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to be on a yacht in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, like they definitely don't even eat that on their own because they're so rich, and like that's the meal she made, and it got to the point where Hannah didn't even take the tacos out because she was like, "What is that?"
Said, in 9 years, I've never refused to take a plate out, and I refused to take that nacho plate out.
She was like, "It's embarrassing."
It was not pretty.
Was ugly looking.
And
the
she
corn was from a can.
Yeah, everything. Nothing was fresh. And like I said, you could make a taco fancy. So even if you're using those shells, you could still put like, I don't know, shrimp in it.
We
like
had
a shrimp taco
tacos on Memorial Day.
I know. We had some like soft tacos and
yeah, a soft shell makes it better automatically.
But we didn't have like chopped meat. We had sliced steak or something. I don't know, but you gotta dress it really nice and like you can make it really nice. But she
literally used ground beef and she used the taco seasoning that that those shells come with. You know what I'm talking about. I love it too, but for $100,000, I don't love it. I don't love it for that. I love it for free.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And then she literally just put lettuce and like tomatoes. Like no fancy anything. The burgers that she made them like for lunch, she made
good.
They were foie gras. What? Foie gras burgers. That's what it's called. Foie gras. Whatever the fuck. And they were like, "Oh, we love this." And then whatever, she brought the tacos and whatever out, and they were very polite. This like charter seems very very nice, chill.
Which is like,
and they kind of just like laughed at it and like ate it.
They
anyway.
didn't show enough of like what the reaction.
No,
but see, she had like a fajita, and that looked
an enchilada.
Or a fajita. What is a?
I don't know.
The one with
banana leaf,
with the meat. What?
What are you?
What? One of them is in a banana leaf.
A banana leaf? Oh.
A banana leaf.
No, the fajitas are the ones where they like serve it to you on like the really, really hot plate that's like still sizzling. Like
sizzling fajitas.
Applebee's.
Oh right. It smells
yeah,
so
you hear that? Applebee's. And they're on a boat.
Good all the time.
All the
I just went to Applebee's, and you know what? I got a quesadilla burger.
A quesadilla burger?
Because it's so good. But even my quesadilla would be looking better than what she made.
Yeah, so the enchiladas were like cute, but they didn't even like that was the best part, and they didn't even they were like, these are really hot. Whatever. So those were the entrees, and then for their main course, she made them steak, and it's like, all right, that's a little bit of a fancy thing. It's a little bit of a nice thing. Like, all right, steak, you're going to start off with the tacos, and then you're going to end it with a big fat, juicy steak.
The big pow?
Big fat, juicy steak.
Yeah.
Big fat, juicy steak.
Okay? Yes, this is what you think. But alas, she makes the steaks too early, and Hannah is like, they literally just bit into their first shitty, lousy taco, and you already are plating the steaks. They're going to be freezing. And so Mila looks to be shocked. Like, she looked like a deer in headlights.
No, she goes, oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
She was like, oh, I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm. Deadass, what?
And mind you, this woman has so much experience. Like, that's
like
why she's
hired.
She had training in France. Her resume is, like, impeccable. And, like, all of this, like, shit that's just, like, everyone's, like, super impressed with on paper. But then, like...
The picture they showed in the beginning of the episode were, like, super nice, like, fancy foods that you only get when you pay the big bucks.
I am a waitress in 2 restaurants, and even I yell at the chefs, like, when they make the entrees too quick when people still have their appetizers. So if you're, like, a 5-star chef on a boat, you should first thing to wait, to space out the time between your apps and your entrees. Like, you don't make the entree when the apps, like, you know what I mean?
And I think that's why Sandy was like, what? Like, what is this? Because I know I hired, because she was the one who hired her. Yeah. So I think, like, she was just like, this is not what I've seen. It's not showing. The lunch meal looked good. Like, it didn't, like... Yeah.
But even that was
they enjoyed
simple. It was enjoyed it. It was a burger, a fancy burger. But then she just made like a Greek salad, like basic, you know. But sometimes simple is easier. But like,
bring this back.
Yeah. So whatever. So it was.
No, that really just threw me for a loop. This episode.
Hannah told her, "Don't put the steak out yet. It got cold," and she put it in the fucking microwave, and that's where it ended.
Yeah. She put the 3 steaks in the microwave to heat them up.
Wouldn't that make it tough?
Not a chef, but like I even know that you put that frying pan on a low heat level, you stick them back in, you let them sizzle a little bit, make sure they don't burn, heat them up, and put them on a plate.
Mm-hmm. But she seemed to be very confused. So next,
Mila.
Will continue for the next episode because it ended there. They didn't get the steaks yet.
Skeptical about her.
Yeah. We can also talk about on a different subject. We kind of started from the end and then, you know what I mean? Because that was the end, but it was the most shocking. But before that, the guests went on a little excursion and Anastasia. And
we'll get it right once
we hear her say her name. And Jack brought the guests on their excursion, and they were told to pick up milk while they were out, and they literally left the guests by themselves to go and find milk, and which was a wild goose chase. Like, they couldn't find milk in this foreign country.
They were in...
I would have a panic attack.
I think they were
in Nice, France. I don't know. And, like, these guys have no idea where they're... Like, you're literally touring a different country with people who are supposed to be touring, like, with you. And we just left them.
Yeah, and they didn't know where they were going either. Then again,
Jack was familiar though, because he said he stayed in there.
He lived there
for like 6 months, right? Yeah. So like
he should have went by himself and left Anastasia.
Yeah, but he didn't know either.
But also,
at least she would have been with them. Because what if they wandered and got lost?
Oh, you mean he should have gone by himself?
He should have gone by himself and left her with the guests so that they weren't alone.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like he completely didn't know where he was either, because like they were literally running everywhere.
But even she said, she was like, "I'm gonna go get the milk," and he was like, "I'll come with you." So she wasn't gonna bring him, but he was like, he left with her, which was bad on his part. And I think they didn't get in that much trouble, but I think he got in more trouble than she did.
Because they didn't really show it, right?
It showed Joao telling him, like, you can't do that.
Oh,
and then they, like, were over it in 2 seconds.
Like, good thing they were worrying about other things and, like, picking up the guests. Like, the guests found Joao, and then, like, it worked out. Like, so it wasn't big of a deal.
Yeah, they did leave them at the dock where they were picked up. Like, they weren't just in the middle of the like, they were at the dock, but still, they shouldn't be alone. And like I said, these guests were very chill and cool, but if these were, like, more of the high-maintenance guests that you get on this show sometimes, like, these little things, like, would have drove them crazy. Like, if a different guest got tacos or if another guest got left alone, they would have bugged the fuck out and been like, this could have happened to us, like, this could have happened, they could have got lost and never came back for us, like, blah, 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 like, I got tacos and I'm paying this much money. Like, they were very lucky that
but still,
was cool.
Still, the second kind of half of this charter, you know what I mean?
Know what's happening.
So we don't even know like what the guests are actually feeling. Like right now, they're like fine.
Because it's like their first day,
right? Because it is. Yeah, you're right. So it's not like anything's really happening that's too serious. But like I feel like they're gonna have something to say about the food for sure. Like the dinner at least. The other part was fine, but.
Yeah, and, like, they might be more impressed with the steak, but we don't know what it's going to taste like because it was in the microwave. Like, it might still be good. I don't know. Maybe she does know what she's doing.
Like, overall, like, I'm just confused.
Yeah, I have mixed... I actually don't have mixed feelings about anyone. I feel like I have pretty formed opinions on each person at this moment. But like I said, like, I feel like it's all going to shift. Like, it's all going to change. Especially the preview for the rest, or for the next episode. Like, looks like a lot goes down.
Season to watch.
Right, and, like, Captain Sandy is, like, not giving in. Like, she even said at the beginning of the episode, like, I'm not dealing with the drama anymore. Like, I came to you, like, I wanted you to be able to approach me the last couple seasons, but, like, due to other people last season, they kind of set, like, the feel. And she was like, if I wake up thinking about you, you're getting fired the next day. Yeah. So, like, she always says that, but, like, I really think she's going to stick to it because I feel like.
Because this time she kind of told them, like, we're not friends. And in the past season, she never seemed to be as, what's the word? Like, as close with the crew members as Captain Lee was. Like, Captain Lee was, like, almost friends with, like, the, Chief Stu and what's the biggest deckhand's name called? When you're the number one deckhand?
Oh, the bosun?
Oh, yeah. He was always like whoever the bosun
was,
the like
word.
The first few seasons.
Oh,
he was always. Well, he was always like close with them. Like I feel like he was like more friendly, not friends, but more friendly than Captain.
I don't know. I always thought he was way more not harsh, but like he was way more standoffish than Sandy was.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. Like, I feel like she was friendly, but I don't know. I don't think she was too friendly. And for her to be like, I really don't want to be your friends. Right. It's like, what is she going to act like? Like, how mean is she going to be?
I think she's going to act the exact same way that she always acts.
You're probably right. I think she was just trying to scare him a little bit. But
right, true. It is the first day. But the good thing about this show is, for anybody who wants to get into a new reality show, it's like you don't even have to watch every episode because last season I didn't. Like I literally a couple days ago and today, like this morning, I was watching it and like just from the middle. So it's a good show to just like sit and watch. It's like entertaining.
My favorite thing about Bravo is that like that is the channel that is like on in my house 24/7. Like
same.
When you push that on button on the TV, you punch in 237, and that's what stays on the whole day. Any one of us.
Every time I turn on my TV, it's on Bravo.
And you just put it on, you watch it, and it's just like
because there's gonna be something entertaining happening on the TV when you put Bravo on. But it's also like Below Deck is good because on Housewives. Not only do you have to know the housewives, but you have to know all their husbands, and you have to know all their kids, and you have to know all their friends. So it's like harder to follow if you haven't already seen it. Below Deck, there's only a handful of people on that show, and they're in every episode. So like you meet them right away,
and they'll change it every. Like most of the time, they change the people every season. Like there's only a few people who stay. Like there was only 3 this season, plus the captain, so 4. right? I think it was that.
And I don't really feel like they go back into old seasons. Like, I feel like they kind of stay in touch with what's going on now. Like, they don't really go back and forth as much as, like I said, Housewives. Like, they'll literally reference something from, like, 8 seasons ago. And if you didn't see it, then, like, you don't know what they're talking about. Like, they'll just randomly be like, you know about the book you wrote. And, like, if you don't know what book, what person wrote 8 months ago, then you're beat. Like, you don't know what they're talking about.
You don't know about the prostitution whore.
The prostitution
19
whore.
19 times.
Wasn't she, what was she, a prostitute? Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good season. It's fun to watch.
The group of people seem pretty entertaining and chill. Cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't hate anyone yet.
But that always changes.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I always have, like, a rough patch with Hannah. Like, I don't, like, I'll like her.
We're not kidding when we said we talk about them, like, as if we know them.
But, like, see, like, at the beginning, like, she's fine now, but, like, then sometimes, she, like, her temper just, like, kind of annoys me.
She gets, like, overwhelmed, and she turns into, like...
I get it. I would be
like I would, like, she had anxiety.
A lot on her shoulders because she's in charge of them.
Yeah, I remember, like, last season, she had, like, that anxiety attack and was, like, throwing up. And, like, it was really bad, which I, like, understand. Like, she's under a lot of pressure, like, because everybody, like, goes to her, and everybody needs her opinion to be, like, feel validated.
And you literally are not. Like, you have nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm. You don't.
So
you can't even go up. Like, it's not like she can hang out upstairs. Like, the guests are upstairs. Like, they hang out in their little worker cabin area, and, like, that's all.
Yeah.
It's so true, though.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. We were saying, like, how when we first put it on, we were like, oh, we would love to do this job. And then we were like, but there's so much wrong. I feel like it would be a fun experience, but I also feel like you have to be, first of all, so tough. I would get so much anxiety thinking about the fact that I couldn't get off that boat. Like, and if I did get off the boat, I'd be in a different country. Like, it's not even like I could just get off and go home. Like, it's like, no, I have to get off and then still not know where the fuck I am and can't escape literally anything.
I love that, though.
Oh, I don't.
I'm getting off the boat. I don't care where I am, but I'm in a different country and I want to explore and just do, like, as much as I can wherever I am.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but it's also, like, I don't know. I feel like I would just have panic attacks all the time, considering, first of all, how small it is. Second of all, you're stuck with the same people. Third of all, like, you can't get home.
Right.
You know? But the people who are on these boats normally, like, travel all the time. They don't even have, like, set homes. They clearly, like, don't have, like, crazy ties with their families where, like, they have to be with them all the time.
They just want to get out more, I feel like, is the thing. Like, a lot of them are still, like, they're always FaceTiming their families and stuff like that, and they're probably close with them.
Right.
They just, like, don't want to be in one spot.
Yeah. And it's also hard to, like, have a relationship, too.
Yeah, that's the, like, main thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, you'll always have your family, but, like, if you're dating someone, like, that's not going to work out.
Yeah, it literally doesn't. It never hasn't for anyone on this show. Like, there isn't anyone, I don't think, that, like, didn't break up with whoever they were with.
Right. And I feel like, leading into our next part, we always think, like, how real are reality shows, and let's see who needs a reality check.
Oh my god.
Is this gonna happen every episode?
I don't even understand. Is that the closing?
No, this is our next part.
Wait, side
note. This is us reality
do you guys
checking.
Remember the Below Deck season, not the Met season, the Below Deck season with the one stewardess, Rocky, who was literally just, like, cracked out, and she, like, was off her rocker. She was, like, she had, like, super curly hair.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I was like, she was so funny.
Remember she dressed like a mermaid and, like, that was that one?
And she would just make, like, dolphin noises.
She
and, like,
was nuts.
She was nuts, but it was, like, the most incredible thing to happen to that show. Like, she was so funny.
Who did she hook up with?
That South African guy.
Oh.
She used to sing about every task she was doing, and I would cry because I was like, that's exact. If I was on that show, you know, I would be singing about ironing in the laundry room.
Who was the
I would
chief
be by
stewardess
myself.
on that one?
Kate.
Oh,
because they hated each other.
Yeah, that girl was crazy.
So fucking funny. She, honestly, she was nuts out of her mind and, like, awful as an employee, but she was so funny. I just had to throw that in there. Sorry. Popped into my head.
Wait, what was the reality check, Alexa? What do we need to be checked on?
Well, there's a lot of things. Okay, this is the most imagine we are taking notes on a show right now. Like, this is insane.
We literally did that.
But they, like, the preference meetings. I need that every single day in my life. Imagine getting, like...
For other people or for you?
Oh, for everything.
Oh, what?
Natalie. No, but, like, imagine, like, that's so cool, like, having, like, I don't know, you just, like, don't think about those things when, in, like, the real world, like, you have, in the real world, like, I'm in, like, a daydream right now, but,
we're all delusional.
It is 1:30.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, but, like, with the preference sheet meet, like, when they have, like, the pictures and they just explain what, like, these people do and, like, what they want.
Oh, when they
like, imagine knowing that before, like, everything, like, you do.
Oh, now I get what you're saying.
That's what recruitment is. You know everything about everyone before they come through.
But then in the rest of your life, you don't.
Yeah.
The rest of your life, you know.
You're so it's like sorority. So, like, imagine that
pressure.
All right, I'm just comparing it.
But just imagine that pressure, like, because you know everything they need and, like, they want and what they do and what their standards
but that makes it so much easier. Because you already know.
But it also, like, that's true. But, like, it's also, like, you got to meet their standards and then, like, you know that
you have it. Because you have to meet their standards. So it gives you that so you can, like, prepare for it.
You have to think, like, when those people, the minute they get on that boat, everything that happens on that boat is, like, a small little world that belongs to those people and is catered towards those people. Like, they're not only paying to be on a boat, but they're paying for everything to be in their terms, for everything to be only the things that they like. Mm-hmm. Like, nothing can happen on that boat that, you know, they didn't put on the preference sheet. And if it does, like, you have to just hope it goes well or else you're going to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. But I see what you're saying. Like, can you imagine, like, if you had a preference sheet for, like, everyone?
Right? Like, such a privilege.
But then that reminds me of, like, what was that show? The Truman Show? The Truman Show? The movie The Truman Show?
Oh, yeah, with Jim Carrey. Yeah,
it's kind of like that, how, like, that whole world was, like,
designed for him. Everybody's watching over him. Yeah,
that was such a good movie.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that was such a good comparison.
But it's also like crazy when you watch these shows, like, to see how they live, like, those people that they could afford those things. Yeah, and I mean, maybe one day.
There was an episode in one of the seasons where they didn't put it on their reference sheet, but they requested or I should say demanded beluga caviar, and they were like, we don't have beluga caviar on the boat because you didn't ask for it, and like, we can't just go to a store and get beluga caviar, which is like the most expensive kind. So they had to have it, like, shipped from, like, a helicopter. And then the people who, I hate to say, not even to be so messed up, but they were pretty, like, trashy the way they acted. Mm-hmm. Like, we're shoveling it spoonfuls, like it was like soup.
It's always the trashiest, most, like,
how are you rich?
Yeah, like, people that are just, like, so nasty, and it's like,
they're like the most entitled.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And it doesn't make sense because it's like the most, like, elite, like, clean, like, pristine people are so nice.
I feel like it's old money versus new money. Like, the people who are like, we have money for beluga caviar, get it on this boat right now and we'll shovel it down like it's like it's guacamole. Like, just got money, like, last year. Or, like, only one person on that boat has money, and like someone who doesn't have money is requesting it.
Where, like, they wanted gumballs, but she only wanted white gumballs. Like, they could not be colored, and they, like, literally had to run around the boat looking for these white fucking gumballs because she would not have anything but. And I was like, am I on crack right now? Like, is this real?
But isn't that, like, a lot of celebrities, like, say, like, before, like, let's just say singers, like, don't they have to have, like, they'll request for certain colored M&Ms or, like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on the person. They request their snacks, but I don't think many of them are genuinely like, I want only red Skittles in my room right now. Like,
and you also have to remember that it's a boat that only has very limited things, and if you didn't tell them that was going to be something that you're going to need before you get on, then they don't have it. Mm-hmm. There's not a little convenience store on a boat that carries beluga caviar and white gumballs.
But they always get it.
Yeah, somehow they always get that shit done.
That's what happens when you pay $200,000 to fucking live in your own world for 3 days or however long they're even on.
And like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this. I saw Hannah doing it this episode, but like, she was literally folding the ends of the toilet paper before it was like being used. Like she was like a nice like shaped at the end before like she ripped it, but it was folded into triangles and then pressed back up.
Was it in a tissue box?
No, but there was a tissue box.
No, she designed the tissue box to make it nice and layered before
and that's why
pulling it out too.
That's like that stuff
and the noise of the tissues coming out. But yeah, like that's also stuff like I couldn't do tedious stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But then again, when you are working for people who are paying that much money and you want them to tip you as much as you can get them to possibly tip you, like you're gonna fucking fold their toilet paper. You just are.
Right.
You know? Yeah. You just are.
All right, should we read some tweets now?
Oh my gosh, the tweets on this episode,
it's
only read
so funny.
Twitter time.
We only read like 1 or 2 tweets because we wanted to react to them here.
They're so
funny.
But
they seem like they're gonna be really good.
Oh, yeah, so like if you aren't on social media, get on it because we're gonna read it. And you should really go on the trending page.
Okay, I have to start it off with this one. So this woman tweeted, this guy used to shave one leg so it felt like he was in bed with a woman, ? To who, ? Surely he could feel that it was his leg. She's not wrong.
It's literally like we have 2 legs that are shaved, and if I let one grow out, I would just be a fucking loser.
No.
I wouldn't feel like a guy was
You'd feel a draft.
Oh, wow.
Like it gets, imagine women grow, like I don't know, you could be really itchy. Right?
That's through the process of growing it. Once it's grown, it's not itchy.
But that would take a long time.
But this is like holding your own hand. Does it feel like it's another person's hand? Or is it your own hand? Like, it's my fucking hand. I'm holding my own hand.
Okay, wait, I found another one. I'm finding all, like, the older women who sit and watch this and have Twitters but shouldn't.
Oh, those are the best ones.
So this woman tweeted, love, all caps, a taco, but I'd be so upset to get it on a yacht. At least make shells yourself by frying tortillas. I use tongs to shape shell while frying, if no taco fry basket. They are delicious. Dress with finesse. Didn't even grate cheese.
Nope.
Salsa from a jar.
Yep.
Tisk.
At Mila.
Tisk,
you know that one time during the first season of Regular Below Deck, I quoted something that Kat said, and her and 3 other cast members liked my tweet because they all only had like 400 followers and like really weren't that famous yet because it just came out. And Kat, I think she said, oh, maybe she didn't bake long enough in her mom's stomach or something about someone, and I quoted it. And or no, she was like, maybe you need to cook a little, whatever she said, and I quoted it, and she literally liked my tweet. Isn't that so weird? Like that the show wasn't that popular yet? Those reactions were like, you guys cared so much.
No, but like time, like I don't know, you just, now it's so popular. I guess.
But I'm saying, like, if that happened on the first season and that woman wrote that and then added Mila, like, she would probably answer.
Right.
What?
She licked the steak. Look at this video.
This chick licked the steak.
There are videos all over Twitter. She literally licked the steak. The raw steak. She has not even cooked it yet.
No wonder she's fucking throwing up on her first day profusely because she licks fucking raw steak.
That's a health hazard.
Okay, guys,
It's a health hazard.
Try to find this gif on Twitter because she literally is just sitting there holding the steak, licks it, and then just puts it back down.
I don't know who it's Kate from the other one.
What?
Right? Is that
where?
Yeah, that is Kate.
Yeah, that is Kate. What'd she say?
If you can't love me at my canned corn niblets, you don't deserve me at my Le Cordon Bleu.
Wait, what did Hannah tweet?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this was a good one. Oh, this is like a shout out to last season because there was drama with a girl named Casey who Hannah found out that she
lied on her resume.
Yeah.
So Hannah just tweeted,
I have a feeling the same person who worked on Casey's resume may have worked on Chef Mila's. So I feel like that's a little tea. That's reality. Because
a little bit shady. Because Casey faked her resume last season and was caught by it. And we're bringing that back.
Imagine Mila's like food photos or stock images. She just like Googled like fancy foods, and then
maybe
we should. What does Catfish do with the pictures? They like put it Google Backtrack or whatever the hell it's called.
They like Facebook search.
No, but you know how they take the photos. They take the photos and put it into Google, and it backtracks it to see if it can find. Never mind.
Oh my god! The old chef's name was Adam. That was it. We couldn't think of it.
We were really stuck on that. But, like, also is that tweet of Hannah's, like, foreshadowing, like, what's going to come? Like,
I don't know.
Is Mila going to be the one to get fired?
I'm going to place my bet right now that she is not going to last this whole charter season.
I also think either Jack, just because he had said that he's gotten fired off of boats before, Jack could get fired. Or I really think Mila could get fired, especially if they find that she fucking licked that steak. If that didn't get her fired, I'm sure something else will. So I think it'll either be Mila, which kind of makes me sad. Like, I kind of want to watch her because she's, like, a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like, I think she would get fired. And if not, I would say Jack, solely because he's been fired before. Not for anything that he did today.
Colin tweeted, "Oh, so that's how you make a steak. In the microwave."
Ooh, was he not there when it happened?
Time will only tell.
That's so crazy, though.
I got through a lot.
I like how someone wrote, yes, a woman chef on board. But then once, like,
but Mila, I feel like that was the reaction. But now it's like everyone is like, all right, what the fuck? She's
that was the reaction until she opened her mouth and looked at Captain Sandy and said, "Oh, I've never seen a
chef like you before."
Not a chef. I was going to say chef, too. A captain like you before, insinuating that she's, like, never seen a woman captain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just confused.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just confused. That's all I have to say about her.
I don't want to, like, judge her too hard until, like, I see more stuff happening. But, like, I guess...
It looks like
licking the steak.
In the previews,
that's a problem.
In the previews, she does say a lot of problematic things. So, I don't know. Like, if we're gonna have a woman chef, yes, very exciting. But I don't know if this is the one that's, like, really all that exciting to have. I don't know. I think that she's gonna be a definite problem starter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely, like, especially because she wasn't even, like, stunned by the fact that she gave the people tacos. Like, she thought that was normal.
It was just an all-around big yikes for now. We'll see how it ends up.
It wasn't, like, a too dramatic first episode. No,
it was a good start.
Yeah, it was a perfect start. Like, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not, like, thinking about it too much, but...
Wait, someone wrote a tweet and it says
about it a lot.
It says $150,000 per week, foods not included, and then it has a picture of the nachos. As in, like, you have to pay separate for the food that you get.
How long are they actually on the boat?
It depends, yeah.
They decide how long they want to stay.
Yeah.
They decide how long they want to stay, what they want, all that other. It's literally up to them. Like, they tell them what they want.
Yeah, it's a vacation for them. Yeah. Because they're not only on the boat, but they're also going off the boat. I mean, that is something I would do in my life. Be the person to be getting things. I don't want to be the server. I want to relax on a boat with a margarita in my hand.
We need some friends with a boat. If you have a boat, be friends with us.
Someone, sorry to keep reading tweets, but someone tweeted Ben. Remember the British chef?
Mm-hmm.
Someone tweeted Ben. They wrote, "At Ben Robinson Chef, how long until the cavalry arrives?"
Oh my god.
Really
honestly, he probably is going to show up.
Imagine. Yeah, he probably
save
would.
us because we're in it.
Oh, and someone wrote, "This chef makes me think of another great chef," and it's a picture of Roxy.
Rocky? Yeah, because she put grenadine on raw oysters once. I'm telling you, she was fucking cracked out. It was really incredible.
Oh, she was the chef. I thought she
was. She was just cooking.
Was the stewardess. She was just helping because she had, like, previous experience, which obviously we found out was not true.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think that's, like, essentially as much information and gossip we can get out of this one episode.
I think it was a lot for one
episode.
For
the first one.
Episode,
because it was a lot for the first one.
In the first episode, they're just introducing everybody anyways, and like
people don't normally mess up on the first or second day because like that's your first impression.
You would be surprised how many people mess up on that damn show though.
Right. Yeah. Like it gets really dramatic once they start getting more into
more comfortable with each other too.
Yeah.
Like, once they're not afraid.
And when they go out and like when they go out, they go hard. So like
that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the relationships are gonna be
up.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we live for.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that
just about sums it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely tune in to Below Deck because it's a really good show. It's not too dramatic, but
it's fucking dramatic though.
But well, that's what you expect from Bravo shows. But it's like everything you love because there's romance, there's drama,
food.
It's like it's real life
microwave
because they're
steak.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that?
And box tacos.
So next week we'll probably be talking about Love Island, right? Because
Love
that starts.
It's gonna be the.
I don't know where brain cells. I have one brain cell left. So tune in next episode where we're going to be talking about Love Island, which is a British reality TV show, and you can catch that on Hulu if you want to look up past seasons. Also look on Bravo.com, right? You can look up past TV shows or episodes, anything you want, Housewives, Below Deck, to see what's going to be on this episode that we're talking about should be on there and should be on demand if you have on demand. Highly I think everybody has demand. I don't know. I do. But check it out. You'll like it. We do. And thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye.
Dun, dun.